Hello guys, today I'm going to explain MCP, Model Context Protocol, in the simplest way that I can explain this to you without all the jargons. If you're new here, my name is Harith. I am a software engineer and I am a grad student studying AI and machine learning. And in this mini series, I'm going to try and explain all of the jargon we hear in AI to you as clear as possible. So, what is MCP? What is the Model Context Protocol? Think of it as a standard approach proposed to allow LLMs to access external applications. So it's more like a USB-C port. You know how most devices nowadays have a USB-C port. Think of it like that. It's a instead of each application you needing its own unique implementation to accessing external systems or data, MCP was proposed to ensure that every LLM agent or every LLM provider uses the same standard, and everyone that would want to implement a server or want to expose their details or the functionalities to an LLM can use the same standard to do so. Because it's a standard, developers can focus more on implementing the standard rather than building their own. So, what can we do with MCP? MCP allows AI agents or LLMs to access things like Google Calendar or Notion for a more personalized experience. We can also connect our LLMs like ChatGPT or Claude to Gmail to send emails on our behalf. We can also connect our coding agents, Claude Code or Codex, to Figma, for instance, to build an entire web application without any input from us. Why do we care about MCP? Why is it so useful? Some developers will say it helps reduce development time and complexity in building AI applications. Some other people will say that it gives AI-powered applications or LLMs access to an ecosystem of a lot of data and capabilities and external applications, which in turn could improve the end user's experience. So let's talk about how to make an MCP server. So when you are dealing with MCPs, there's usually an MCP server line somewhere, right? So an MCP server per se is like an endpoint that we can call or a service that we can call and pass in certain inputs to get certain outputs. So let's just talk about how to implement an MCP server. So first of all, there are like three core features of an MCP server. You can think of them as like building blocks on how to implement your own MCP server. First of all, we have tools. So tools are like actions that an LLM can perform on your server. LLM can decide to use this tool. Doesn't have to do it every time. It could, based on a context or based on the user's requirement or question, it could decide, you know what, this tool is suitable for the job. Let me use it, right? It can do certain things like write to databases, call an external API, or trigger some kind of logic on a server hosted somewhere. The second core feature are resources. Think of resources like data sources that provide read-only access to LLMs, to information that will give an AI, when I say LLM, I mean an AI, more context about certain tasks. It could include things like database schema, user information, API documentation, and so on and so forth. The MCP, the protocol, the Model Context Protocol, allows LLMs to read resources, allows LLMs to subscribe to changes on resources as well. The third feature are prompts. Prompts are structured templates that inform a model, a large language model, on how an MCP server works. They define expected inputs and provide instructions on how best to use the MCP server. All right, let's try and bring everything together. Let's say you want to build an MCP server that deals with finding jobs. As an implementer, as someone that is implementing the MCP server, you would define a template. Basically, this template would be a system prompt that tells the AI agent how best to find jobs. Now, in this system prompts, you're going to have arguments or input, expected inputs from a client. So your prompt will define, yo, I need you to give me this certain input so that I can complete this task. So maybe you can include things like what kind of job you're looking for, your salary expectations, your name or something like that. Then the you can also give the server access to a resource, which could be your resume, for instance. So let's say the MCP server already has your resume. You just tell the MCP server that this is my resume. You can get it from this resource. Then the AI would then gather all of this context and sort of use a tool like a job search tool to find a job that is relevant to your specific use case. So we were able to give the AI agent a prompt with your inputs to that prompt. We're also able to give um, the AI agent, the AI access to your CV via a resource, and the AI is now using all of this as context to find you a job using a tool, an action that or a function that was defined on the server uh, to get you the job that you're looking for. So that's basically how an MC server would work on a high level. Well, I think I sort of got everything. While MCP servers are important and provide all of these benefits, I don't think everyone needs to have their own MCP server, if that makes sense, especially not small businesses. I can definitely see big tech doing this, and it will still make an impact. For instance, I recently used the JotForm MCP server with ChatGPT to create a survey, and it worked like a charm. I was able to analyze, create just from typing a couple prompts on ChatGPT, and I think that's where we could see MCP servers, shine bright. For small businesses, not so much. I don't think they would need it. And you also have to think about security. You have to think about AI bloat and all of that. Maybe actually something that could work would be uh, just a crazy idea. You're able to create a lead in your own system just from a prompt from ChatGPT. Maybe you have like an MCP server that can connect to ChatGPT, and then you are offering some kind of services, and then Chat is like, "Yo, do you want me to send or create a lead with X, Y, and Z company about this particular service on your behalf?" And because you have all of that done, you have like an entire MCP server that can create a lead, like tells the LLM how to create a lead for your business. You can possibly do something like that. I don't know, just a crazy idea. But yeah, if you liked content like this, explaining like AI jargon in a simple manner, hopefully I did a good job in explaining this. You have like a better understanding of what MCP servers are and what they can do. Um, if you want to see more of this, please hit the subscribe button and also hit the bell icon and comment on what you think I should talk about next. It really helps the algorithm to push the channel to other people. Thank you for watching, and till next time, stay awesome. See ya.